And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, I just want to take a second to say thank you to everyone who donates to our Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel.
Yes.
Would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, Orient_Tiger, and Chris Sones. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. You help us make a better show for everyone. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You should see me over here. I do little hand punches when you say each person's name. Like it's very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you probably have never seen anyone do anything that cool before. Anyway, I want to talk about a game that you really like.
Okay.
A game that you have recommended multiple times and that I've heard from everyone, including the reviewers on the internet, is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
You want to know? Well, you know what game it is.
I do.
Would you like to say the name of that game?
It's Bloodborne.
And I'm about to get a bunch of internet hate, and I don't give a flying fuck. I looked that shit up. I was like, what are the reviews on this game? And it was like every person on the planet. It's like, it's the best game I ever played. I'm like, okay, fuck off, first off. Second, it's okay. It's not great. There's a lot of design flaws. First off, the controls feel like, I don't know who planned those, but they're insane.
Why?
You can't aim that motherfucker weapon to, like, he swings and his whole body turns when you swing it, and then he swings in the other direction on the second tap. Give me 2 taps. Acclimate for the direction that I was facing when we started this whole charade, and then continue swinging in that direction unless I give you some input.
Well, what type of weapon are you using?
It was an axe. I used the small one, and he does the same thing, except he goes sideways with it the second time. And the first, if you use the fully extended axe, he goes all the way forward, and then he swings that shit back behind him like a fucking idiot.
Well, that's the
I'm
heavy
over here
attack.
getting stabbed in the back by a dude with a fucking pitchfork,
Well,
and
don't
his
do the
9
heavy
friends.
attack.
Look, they're coming up the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 of them.
Yeah.
You're using the heavy attack. You're bombing them. You know? I ain't got time for spitballs right now. They're coming up the stairs, son. Look. 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 I don't think it's a bad game. I just think that the reviews on this are they're like undergoing some sort of delusion. Right? Like, it's not that good. It's okay. It's fine. I think
Are you just saying this because you're not good at it?
No, I literally died one time when they force you to, because you don't have any weapons. They make you fight a fucking werewolf zombie or whatever. But then after that, the only time I lost was when my axe went the wrong direction. I was like, okay, guess I'm not doing that anymore. It is better than Dark Souls for the heals. Like, the heal's a better system, I think.
Yeah, I like the heal system in Bloodborne.
Right. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to play the game. And I'm not saying that it's not in some way a fun game or good. What I am saying is that, can everyone please quit sucking Bloodborne's dick for 5 minutes and point out that some things are not great? The game development's going to keep doing the same shit. Look, Capcom games are fun. I like them. They're cartoony. They're actiony. You spin around and you chop shit up, and the guy has anime hair. They're fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But their menus look like dog shit. They always look like dog shit. Nobody gives a fuck about their menus, and nobody says anything about it. And guess what? It's 20 years fucking later, and we still have the same fucking menus because no one said anything to them. You guys have been playing Resident Evil for fucking ever, and you know what the 2 complaints were with the first one, or Resident Evil 2? Fucking the controls are stupid.
Uh-huh.
Who the fuck turns sideways by rotating sideways? That's stupid, right? And then the other one is, why are the menus so gross? But the one that everyone complained about was the input, right? The menu, or the directional turning.
Mm-hmm.
So they fixed that. And then everyone was like, well, it's perfect. I'm like, no, it's not. The menus are gross.
That's the only thing wrong with it. The menus are gross.
you spend so much time in the menus. Capcom should have hired a person from another game whose menus aren't dog shit to fix their menus. Right? Now, that's what I'm saying with Bloodborne. Look, I'm not going to get into an argument that all the buildings look the exact same and that the streets are all beige and everything's beige. Everyone's beige. And then every so often you'll kill a guy. He won't like be aggressive or anything. And then all of a sudden your whole uniform or outfit is in blood. Like you're covered in it. And you're
And
just
the
like,
title.
doesn't make any sense.
It's part of the story of the world that you're in.
Jesus
What
Christ.
is important.
It's like a little like ADD fucking kid running around in Notre Dame. That's what it feels like to me. It's just like a bunch of gothic buildings and a fucking super energized little idiot running around going, wow, wow. Like it's just, I don't know. This old guy in a wheelchair, isn't he mysterious? I'm like, no, he's just in a wheelchair.
Oh, you're talking about Gehrman.
Yeah.
It's
look.
Mysterious.
I don't like. I'm not gonna. I don't want to dump on it too hard because I'm trying not to be hyperbolic. That's the whole point of this, right? Is that people are being hyperbolic about how good it is.
I think it's
good.
I think it's a great game.
Not great. But I went through and read the reviews, and they had one guy, like out of 1,000, who was like, "Can we talk about the fact that there's a lot of design issues here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, can we talk about that?" And then he got ripped apart by everyone else. They were like, "You're just terrible. You're bad at the game." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "You're fucking. You don't know him. You don't know he's bad at the game. But also, can you turn a corner without getting hung up on the fucking shapes?" Like, you know what I'm talking about? When they build a gate and like everyone in this universe is 9 feet tall and lanky, but you, right? Every single person somehow, when the shit happened, when everyone turned into like some crazy farmer zombie or whatever, they all got real stretchy and real lanky.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's the blood.
It's not the blood. It doesn't.
It is the blood. Actually, it is the blood.
You know what? You know what my problem is here?
What is your
that
problem?
Even if there was a massive plot hole, let's just say there was,
Mm-hmm.
everyone would be like, "Isn't it mysterious? Have they never mentioned it? There must have been something going on." No, they just cover their plot holes with vagity.
There's this meme with Dark Souls of like the first part of the meme is, "Oh my god, Dark Souls lore is so like weird and mysterious and all that," and then the second part of the meme is they call him Big Hat Logan because he wears a big hat, which is literally both his name and why they call him Big Hat Logan.
That
Because he's got a big hat.
I just think that the people who are fans, you can like things. No one's saying you can't.
Right.
No one's saying you can't like this because of my complaints. I'm just saying, like, can we be honest about things? We could be honest about things, right? We're friends.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I tried to be honest about my feelings about Lost, and
you were not. You went into Lost negative. I went into Bloodborne hopeful because I really wanted to, like, you know, like Dark Souls. I really liked.
Yeah.
Dark Souls had a lot of good to it, right?
Does.
I don't think it's perfect though.
No.
But for whatever reason, people don't think that of Dark Souls. They don't think it's perfect. They think it's really good, right?
Yeah.
But with Bloodborne, people are fucking crazy about it. They're insane about that game.
Yeah.
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 I'm playing it on the PS5, the most powerful fucking console available. Like you can say Xbox has 5, whatever. Shut up. All I'm saying is that it's one of the more powerful consoles running this game, and it looks like a flip book. Right? It's just it feels there's errors with it. I'm not saying the game's bad, but I'm not gonna shit on it like I'm gonna shit on like what's the game that people love that's really bad?
Who are you gonna make mad?
I don't know, probably all of them. Fucking who gives a shit? Leave that in, by the way. I don't give a shit if the game I'm about to name, Battletoads, is bad. Not a good game. It's hard, but it's cheap hard. What's another game? What's another game that people love that's not good? I'm going through my Final Fantasies in my head. 15. There you go. I'm sorry. I was like, 4 is good, 6 is good, 7 is good, 8's good, 9's good. Like, well, 8's probably a better example, right? Because people are generally split on it. But yeah, it's really a good game up until the orphanage, and then you lose me. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
You don't care.
I'm glad that you're giving Bloodborne a chance. I don't know if
Look at that perception filter of what I said.
No, I'm glad that you're giving it a chance.
I will play the game, but I was prepared for fucking some high level shit. And I'm getting some like, that's cool. Last of Us is much better. Last of Us is incredible. That is a much better game. That was the one I was afraid of. Really? I was afraid that game was going to look so bad, like it was going to be aged enough to where it was going to be complicated for me to immerse fully. Absolutely not. That game, the narrative of that game is so fucking clean. Yes. It's so good. It is. It's good. Yes. Right. That one I'll take the Pepsi challenge with anyone. That game's fan-fucking-tastic. I haven't played 2 yet, but I will. But I think Bloodborne's people need to screw their head back on correctly, because that shit's got like a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 9, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 9 is probably the better way to describe it. Instead of acknowledging you didn't get a perfect score, they're willing to reduce the total count to 9. That's the metaphor. That's the one. If you have hate mail about this, by all means, let's have a conversation. I'm gonna send you some fucking video clips, and you tell me what the fuck is going on here with this perfect game. Okay. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and go to this week's episode? So you can get back to Bloodborne. I'm going back to Final Fantasy, baby. All right. This is Dragon Heist, episode 30. Schooner or Later. That's a great name. It is. That's one of them good names. Schooner or Later. No, not bringing him back. It's a boat name. We're not bringing him back.
All right. I can tell you about the elf killings. That isn't a gang thing.
Well, we were kind of working under that assumption as well.
Your Zents were looking into it, thinking it was us at one time, and no, we asked around. It wasn't us killing them.
So it's neither one of you.
Nah, Davil, the Doom Raider. Yeah, he's an elf himself. He was the one who caught wind of it first.
Okay.
And he thought it was us. He sent a squad after us. Once we cleaned up the mess and we found one of the blacks, Black Networks alive, so we got the answers out of him. And he said they came after us for the elf thing, and we were like, it wasn't us.
Do you know if Davil found out anything else about the elf killings?
You can, not that I know of, he's on the other side of the fence. He normally hangs out around the Yawning Portal.
What does he look like?
He's an elf.
Are you implying that we all look the same?
I heard y'all related. Well, he's a high elf. Chris is like, I got a question though. Is Cedric of the Black Network? That Lord Cedric, the noble kid?
Gosh, I couldn't tell you.
I always thought he might be, because you always caught him kind of around Davil, here or there. And he was never up in the noble district where he was supposed to be. No worries.
Hold on a second. You say that he hung around with Davril?
Yeah, some of our guys have seen him and Dabble together. In fact, he was the one who pulled out that half fork out of the fight.
Hmm.
Yarga. That girl had a punch, knocked the shit out of me. You guys were there. You broke up the fight, those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cedric was the one pulling that half fork out of the fight, and she's one of the Black Network enforcers.
So he left, and then we left, and then the fisherman died,
Yeah.
and then there was another death.
And it was one of the Doom Raiders.
And he's never where he's supposed to be. All right, I'm going to file that one away.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ask some friends and stay out of the sewers and see if I can find anything out about this coat.
All right. Much appreciated. Blah, blah, blah.
He takes a bandana, he wraps up over his tattoo of the Xanathar on his head. Nods to you guys.
Well, we could check the Yawning Portal to, I mean, Cedric might be there. But...
Yeah, I'd like to maybe track him down, ask him a few questions.
And then if Davil's there, I could ask him if he learned anything about the elf killings.
Sounds like a good plan. All right. So, sounds like we're going to start moving some furniture.
Yep. I'll pick all the stuff up and carry it down. And
Do you want me to do like an Arcana check on it before we hide it behind a dresser or something?
Look, I'm carrying it where you want me to carry it. If you want to do an Arcana check, do that before you tell me to move the furniture.
All right, I'm going to do an Arcana check to see if I can glean if it's a good idea to put this mirror in a bag of holding. Since technically it does seem like at least a somewhat valid idea for whenever we do want to move it. No, I don't know anything. I got an 11. I mean, we're not putting it.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything with it now except for hiding it.
So I've still got my hands wrapped around the cloth wrap. I'm like, so yes now?
Yes, now.
Okay. I'm gonna pick it up and take it down to where all the tube distribution center of my basement.
The tubarium.
Yeah, yeah, sure. The tubarium, that works. Lock it up. Lock it up like Hillary in them emails. Okay,
right.
And then once that's done, then I'm gonna leave. Go up here and see what they want to do.
All right. All right, so you get that locked up and put away tight. And where do you guys head from there?
Well, sounds like the best lead we might have right now is the Yawning Portal. So, I think we should. So, if we're going to put it down in the basement, what kind of countermeasures are we going to set, or are we going to set countermeasures, or is L our countermeasure?
I mean, we don't. We're overthinking it, right? Our
Yeah, that's
characters
true.
believably wouldn't know how dangerous this thing is. We're applying our own knowledge of what it is to our actions.
Well, I mean, we know that we've been told that that a doppelganger version of you, and we assume there's a doppelganger version of Victor. At the very least, I think it makes sense to at least set our home security system, turn the cameras on, quote unquote, and just, hey, L, if you see anything weird while we're not here, don't interact, but keep track of it and detail it as much as you can.
And when they leave, see which direction they leave.
Yeah.
Now, do remember, if you guys' memory remembers, L did wake up Trichet when the mirror was activated originally and something invisible came out of the mirror and
Yeah.
walked around the house and messed with everybody, left the
That's-
note up in Adri's room.
That's right.
Didn't I have like a ribbon or something in my room?
A yellow ribbon in your room.
Yep.
Oh, goody. They're always so fun. Well, I don't know what that means because that's not my gig anymore.
No.
I'm a doctor, man, not a professional. Damn it, Jim.
All right. So shall all of us go to the Yawning Portal then, or okay? Oh, then let's. I don't know. I'm feeling peckish. Let's go. Let's go grab ourselves a bite to eat. My constitution score is low.
Okay.
Right on. I'm falling behind.
All right. You guys make your way to the portal as you guys come in. It's a normal thing as always. Durnan's behind the bar, just, arms, crossed, watching the, lobby. The elevator's going up and down, lowering another party into Undermountain. And the bar's pretty kicking. Ludo's off on a table, standing there playing normal. And seeing Bonnie comes walking up. Can I get you guys anything?
What are your lunch specials?
Turkey, chicken, ham.
And Turkin.
Okay.
They're all pigeon, by the way.
And Adri, thank you so much. Your brother said these scrunchies were from you.
Oh no.
Awesome. They're great.
Not from me. Those are all Victor.
They have a pungent aroma.
He's such a sweet little boy.
Because he fooled.
Well, I'll
I'm
take
sorry.
two.
I'm going to play that line for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if that Bard Company episode will be out by this point, so
It'll
Oh,
be even
shit.
better if it's not. It'll be better if it's not. Stay tuned.
Something to look forward to.
Keep your eyes peeled for scrunchies on the horizon.
I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose I'll take a turkey and some wine, and I'll put $10 on the group going down, and
What's $1?
10 gold. Pardon me.
All right. Is that 10 gold that they live or 10 gold that they die?
I won't say that. Just gonna hedge my bet and put 5 on each. I don't know. Perception check. What kind of group do they look like? That's a 17.
All right. Now you got a good read on them. You got a ranger. You got two rangers. Looks like a rogue and a fighter going down. Big burly.
Bad.
Yeah.
No cleric.
No
No
wizard.
cleric. Yeah,
cleric.
yeah. $10
All right.
against.
All right. Sounds good. She marks it up and goes to the board. Another 10 saying you're dying. They're like, what the fuck?
Oh, God, why'd you announce it? Don't be a dick. What an asshole.
Ludo's in the corner. Another one bites the dust.
So with my order place and bed in hand, I'll see if I can find us a table.
All right. Bonnie looks at the other two of you. What can I get you guys?
Awesome meat
All right.
and a drink. I don't know. Whatever you got, just the first thing.
Understood. Lady Adri?
I'll have a salad, and do you have like any salmon fillets? You get like a salmon fillet with it.
Oh, we can get some fish.
Okay, and then just ice water with lemon, please.
Darren, do we got any lemon? He's like, yeah, I'll back. So,
Thank you.
find yourself a table. We'll get you guys set.
They use the same lemon in everyone's drink. When they're done, they put it in the next person's drink.
No, I was running this game with a winter setting one time, and somebody wanted their beer colder, so they put it in the snow outside and go get it when you're ready. So, you guys find a table. pretty quick. Food comes out to you guys as normal. Yeah. She sets the plates in front of you guys, set the food in front of you guys. You guys gonna scan the crowd, or what are you guys gonna do?
I'm crushing this food. I'm not
Yep.
paying attention to anything.
I
Alright.
am doing the exact opposite of that.
I want to look around and see if I can see anyone that matches Davil's description.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
You see quite a few elves.
Looking for a high elf?
That number's cut in half.
A high elf male.
There's a 2-to-1 ratio of men versus women in this bar.
Is there a high elf male sitting with Yagra?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like elbow Rain and be like, I think that's Davil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking around for Lord Cedric too, just to see if by chance he's making company here right now or not.
Give me a perception check.
Oh God, you'd make me roll a die, wouldn't you? Oh,
Yes, I
hey,
would.
hot shit,
Hey.
18.
Since he's looking for that and he's really focused on it, does he have like any dinner rolls or anything on his plate?
Yes, he does.
I'm gonna take the napkin. I'm gonna bump it onto the napkin that he's using, and I'm gonna slide that across the table while he's kind of looking around.
I
Alright.
stab his hand with a fork.
Armor, baby, roll your AC.
Roll an
What is-
attack with a fork.
Attack with a fork?
Yeah.
What would we call it? Would that be akin to a dagger? It's sharp and pointy.
Sure. You're a politician. You stab people with little things.
That's a crit.
Did you roll a 20? All right, roll it again. You have to confirm your critical. Right?
Not in 5e.
Oh.
He critted with a fucking fork. D's got forked on a crit.
You walking over, but you're limping back.
My hand is walking?
Yeah. Actually, I guess to be fair, I just jabbed the fork
Smack.
into his armor.
Yeah, I don't know if the fork should have pierced his armor, but it does a damn good job of getting between the plates for a second.
Don't touch my meat, son. Do I see
I was
words?
taking your rolls.
Oh, you were taking my rolls?
Yeah, the bread.
All right. Well, if he was going after the carbs, go ahead.
All right. You do see Cedric off in the corner, kind of just sitting there.
By himself?
For the moment, yes.
I'm going to keep an eye on him.
He's 2 tables back from Davil and Yarga.
Okay. Yeah. So Adri has identified Davril, and I've got eyes on Lord Cedric. And so I think I'm just going to sit there and slowly eat my turkey and see what happens.
All right. Your guys' move.
I'm gonna finish my lunch. And then I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna walk over to Davil.
I'm just going to keep an eye out while they do that, but still eating.
All right. Yarga looks up. Hey, Half Pint, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. She elbows Davil. Hey, you remember Half Pint? Davil's like, yeah, I remember her.
That's not my name.
You're Ludo's kid.
Yes.
Take a seat.
Thanks. I will sit down.
Never saw what your mother saw in him, though.
Well, he was very lucky to have her.
Yeah, luck ain't the word. You had to fucking make a deal with a god or a wish spell or something. I mean, he may play good, but comes to elves, he was not gift with good looks.
Burn.
When she could have someone shining like me. But anywho, why do you grace us with your presence?
So I've been looking into something that I heard you had also researched, at least in the past, and I wanted to know if you had any information that might help me. with it. But there's been
Is this legal? We can talk about it in the sunshine?
yes.
Okay.
So there's been some killings of elves and half elves in the docks, and it seems like it's starting up again. And the City Watch don't really seem that invested in it.
Yeah, about every 6 months for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been here long enough to see it that long. He leans over his shoulder and looks at Cedric. You can't keep your mouth shut, huh? Cedric just looks up and flips him off.
He didn't tell me about it.
Actually, he did at the party.
Well, I wasn't paying attention to him.
I never met any spiders.
So I was like, so what kind of information are you looking for?
I guess if you learned about why it's happening, or
I'm pretty sure someone just doesn't like elves.
but every 6 months, and
Is it-
only in the docks.
I've been thinking about that for a while myself. The only thing I put together is could be a merchant, someone traveling with a group or something. I mean, it is a merchant city. Caravans come through all the time. Could be a caravan, something. The docks probably lead to a ship. Maybe a ship comes in every 6 months.
Did
Yeah.
you ever? I don't know. It seems like it's just one person that's doing this.
After we caught a pattern a couple years back, we tried to stock out the docks for them and wait, but
Mm-hmm.
they never struck a second time or a third time. Not normally that fast.
And this has been going on for 10 years.
That's when I picked it up. If it went back further, I didn't have any way to trace it.
It's a long time.
Only reason I went back 10 years is because I paid enough people money in the docks to get enough of the stories.
Hmm. And you never got like a glimpse of someone, or I don't know. I mean, is there a set number of how many happens every 6 months? Because I mean, just last night there was one.
Yeah, we heard Cedric let us know. We also had a friend of ours pass last night.
Do you think that's related?
No, her head was intact. And she's not an elf.
Yeah.
She's a dwarf.
Was it also in the docks?
No.
No. Where was it at?
It was in the Sea Ward.
Do you remember, or do they know around what time? Just wondering if it happened around the same time that we found this guy.
It looks over Yarga. Do you remember what time the guard told us? She's like, guards didn't really give us the time. They just said it happened last night. And it was before midnight, though.
Okay.
I like how you said C word. It used to be called cunt. PC culture run amok.
Hey, rumor is you and your friends bailed somebody off death row with Hive connections.
Yeah.
He wouldn't happen to know if one of those multi-eyed goons did our friend in, would he? We know he didn't do it because he was in prison when it happened, but didn't know if you heard about it.
I don't think he knows anything about it.
All right, just trading friendly information.
Mm-hmm. Does Cedric know that the City Watch would like to question him?
Hey, Cedric, the City Watch is still looking for you. He's like, he just opens his hands. If they can find me. But I'm glad to see you're okay. Your friend's okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Just had to talk to them a little bit about the killings.
The beheadings?
Well, my friends hired a couple of people to help look for where the heads may have been deposited. And it seems like maybe the person who did that was watching and then killed them later in the night.
Davil looks back at Cedric.
They weren't killed. It wasn't a complete beheading, but it was pretty close, so.
Hey, Cedric, you better lie low. You were out with them last night, right? Cedric's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you better go high load up and near your parents' house and stay out of sight for a while. Cedric's like, yes, sir.
T-Walk,
Yeah.
how far away am I from where they're talking?
10 feet, maybe?
Close enough that I could inspect someone visually if they were talking for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll a medicine. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna roll a medicine check.
All right.
25.
Okay.
I want to look at their both their vascularity, like, and how thick. Like, if you ever, poker players do this all the time. They'll look at like around the neck and around the head to see if there's any biological response to someone doing something. So, like, is their blood pumping faster? Are they?
They were a
getting
little caught off.
sweat?
They were a little caught off guard when you guys told them about the 2 fishermen's deaths.
Right.
That was news to the 3 of them.
Okay. But they weren't surprised about any of the other information.
Cedric had already informed them that you guys were on the docks looking at the beheadings,
Right.
so they knew you. They knew you guys were looking at it. They didn't know the fishermen had been killed as well. Cedric knew the guards were looking for him, but he didn't know why.
Right, but the questioning in general isn't making them nervous, or it is? Do they seem like they're being cautious, is what I'm saying, based on their
yes
sweat?
and no, but not cautious in the fact that more so they're trying to keep the business quieter from the rest of the tavern.
Right.
And that caution, that part of caution, not like they're trying to hide something.
Okay.
So, Cedric is
Are
up.
there any, also, while I'm looking at them, are there any discernible physical features that are visible that would be identifiable with them? Something that I could just make a mental note of for later.
Let me see.
Could do like I don't know, bone structure, fucking scars, discolorations on their skin.
Davil has long flowing blonde hair, high eyebrows, high cheekbones for a high elf. Yarg is built like a damn tank.
Right.
She's a half orc. Cedric looks, and you've seen Cedric enough times, you can pick him out of a crowd.
Right. I'm just
We
looking for
needed to.
something specific that maybe a person emulating someone might not have, or something that was, I don't know, done. Like if they had a scar on their face that maybe another person who is replicating a base model of someone wouldn't have.
No. Everything seems to be in place. Okay. Nothing out.
Well, I'm just saying that I'm going to make a mental note of this person in particular, since the brother thing has got me thinking maybe they're duplicates. I think it's a good idea to get a baseline for every person I meet.
Oh, that's smart. Cedric gets up at this point. Then I'm going to excuse myself to the fancier part of town.
I thought he was like, I got to go take a wicked deuce.
He walks past Davil and just taps his shoulder. If you need me,
punch a scrunchie.
No, Davil nods. No, we got this. If we need you, we'll call you. Cedric kind of gives you guys a little salute and walks out.
Well, if you, I guess, hear anything else about these killings, my friends and I are looking into it.
No, definitely. I'll leave that handy in your hands for now. I got to deal with someone killing a friend of mine last night.
Oh, good luck with that. Sorry that happened.
I want to get up without any explanation and walk out to where we found the body. Right? The Yawning Portal. Oh, we're at the Yawning Portal, aren't we?
Yeah, you guys are nowhere near the docks.
Shit. All right. Well, I just want to step outside then.
All right.
And I want to kind of post up against the wall and kind of drink my drink outside. As if I'm not paying attention. Just kind of, just getting some fresh air. But I want to keep an eye out on around the area. Like if there would be... My guy's a soldier, so he would know about like tactical positioning.
Mm-hmm.
He would know like if people had positioned themselves in a way to get your flank, or if they had been observing something. I'm getting this weird idea that there are gangs at work here. Like we know that there are gangs, but we don't necessarily know whether it's one person that's coming after us or a group. So I'm getting that feeling that with all these reprisals, like this guy going to go get vengeance, maybe it's a good idea to be a little more in battle mode than in doctor mode for a minute. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and just run a perception check every couple minutes and see if anything looks positioning wise, if anything seems unnatural, like a vendor cart that has a suspiciously poor setup for selling something, but a very nice line of view if they were, say, an archer or a pikeman or something.
Okay. Give me some perception rolls.
18 plus 6, so 24.
All right. On your first check, you don't see anything strange outside. Everything looks pretty normal.
Okay.
With your nonchalant post up there with your, taking your drink. And the streets seem nothing out of the ordinary at the moment.
Okay.
All right, back inside. Adri, anything else at the table?
No, I guess that's it.
All right.
I mean, Adri comes here fairly often anyway, so I assume if Dabble does think of anything else or have any information for her, then he'll just next time he sees her.
Yeah. All right.
I'll go sit back down with Rain and let him know what Dabble told me.
Right.
This has been happening every 6 months for at least the last 10 years. And he thinks maybe it could be maybe like a merchant. Do you have any way to check like the logs to see like what kind of ships come in on a regular basis?
Yeah, and I can line them up the time. I can talk with the dockmaster. That won't be a problem. It seems far too regular a pattern to be coincidental, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I just don't understand why someone's specifically attacking elves, and it's...
More importantly, why a merchant? It would make a whole lot more sense if it were a gang or someone who had a particular reason to go after elves and only elves.
I know I'm not in there to offer dialogue and response, but a gang could be hired by a merchant, right?
Right.
A gang could be helping move materials that a merchant would have access to. You need an importer, and then you need someone to move it. The muscle.
But what would a merchant?
Merchants are just travelers, right? They're people that go place to place and
Right.
make wealth. So that could just be the job that they have. And also to say 10 years isn't a firm lock-in. This might be a permanent thing, but the only evidence they could find was back until 10 years ago.
Sure.
Could be a perpetuous...
The implication here is that if it sounds like someone is trying to smuggle something in or keep something hidden that only elves may be privy to.
And what would that be? Like, this is right back to that same thing we were talking about before, about how they're immune to sleep and charm and things like that. So maybe that is innately part of it.
So is it just unfortunate that they happen to bring something on board and there's just an elf that happens to be walking by and they can't...
Either that or they know they're going to move through a location and they need the people to fall asleep, so they put everyone to sleep using sleep magic or something like that, and the only people that aren't would be the witnesses that aren't affected by sleep or charm or any of those types of things. Nothing outside seems suspicious to me.
Give me a second roll.
I got a 24. We're gonna. God damn it. No, 12.
All right.
Maybe they have passed without a trace.
Shut up. Maybe they could roll an Arcana check and get an 11. It's cool. I failed one roll, so let's blow up the world.
You see a couple guys across the street are
If I get it on a 12 and not on a 24, we've got arguments, David.
well, they've come up, they've shown up
Okay.
since then. They weren't out there originally. They're out there now. You see them out there, a couple. At first, when they walked up, it was just one of them, but you see like more and more coming. They're up to 3 now, standing together, just together.
Facing towards the Yawning Portal.
Mm-hmm.
What are they outfitted in?
Well, it looks like fisher clothing, like leather aprons, stained pants.
It's all the fishermen who think that you killed those 2 dudes because you were last seen with them, and now they're here for revenge.
No, but no, on the 11 though, you wouldn't see that. So, all right.
It was a 12. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, since it's a 12, they're dirty, but they're not like fish stain dirty. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna roll another one if that's cool.
All right.
19.
Yeah, their boots are a little heavy for fishermen. You would expect like a normal like shoe or something, like a leather shoe,
Mhm.
not an actual leather boot that you would catch more so on a merc
Okay.
of some sort.
How many others? Still 3.
Yeah, just 3. One keeps looking behind them, one's keeping their eyes focused on, and they're just talking to each other in hushed whispers.
I'm gonna keep an eye on them, and I'm going to do something very particular. I'm going to take my shield off, and I'm going to clunk it against the ground. Something that, like, if someone were eyeballing me, it might make them take a step back for a second. Then I'm going to take a few steps forward, and then walk and stand up on the other side of the doorway against the wall again. So, like, I want it to look a particular way, right? I want it to look for just a moment to, if someone was observing you, and then you like took a fucking weapon off your belt and started walking in their direction, they might react. But I don't want it to actually be an engagement. I want to take the shield off, clank it on the ground, and stare at them, and then walk over to the other side of the door nonchalantly
All right,
and see
so
if they react to me.
Your choice on an intimidation or a deception.
I'll probably do intimidation, but let me check.
All right. It's like, or because I mean you're pretty much like your quarterback calling a bluff, seeing if you can get him offsides.
16.
All right, that's enough. You get the one notch and the thing to jump.
So he's looking at me. Okay.
Yeah. Not a full jump, just enough to where he reaches back like someone would reach for a sword. But when he reaches, the sword's not there, and then he pats down to his thigh where a dagger's at.
I'm gonna yell,
You notice he doesn't draw it though. It's pretty much like he's making sure it's there.
Remember the code legal.
You know how like a warrior would check his weapon, make sure just
Right. Oh, I don't have any weapon drawn. I just
Yeah,
have my
no.
shield out, which is not
Yeah.
a weapon. I'm going to walk up to them, staring at them right in the face as I approach.
Okay. You leaving your shield against the wall?
No, I'm carrying my shield with me in my hand. I'm going to
Okay.
say, we got trouble, friend? You're staring.
Of course I'm staring. That's a big ass shield.
It is.
No trouble with you.
Who you got trouble with?
Normally not your business.
Well, it's my business now.
Got any snake friends inside?
Anywho.
Snake friends.
No, I don't tend to fraternize with reptiles.
Yeah, we don't either.
Something I could help you with?
Nah, just making sure they don't make any stupid moves.
Well, I'm doing the same.
It seems like we got no issue.
Nope.
You don't want anything stupid to happen. We don't want anything stupid to happen.
I'm fine with something stupid happening.
He looks to the others. What the fuck does he mean by that? They're like, the other two just kind of shake their head and face palm, like, really, dude? The middle one just taps the one on the shoulder and just motions him to the back. You're the Raven, right?
That's me.
We're just here making sure that the network doesn't do anything weird. If they do, we're on orders to report only. Kret said you're a solid guy.
Probably take your hand off the dagger then.
You looked at the guy behind him. He takes his hand off of it. He spooks easy.
I can tell.
Nah, dude. There's blood in the streets last night. We're just making sure they're not trying to come for it.
Fair enough. If I see any trouble, though, I'm going to blame you. You hear me?
It won't be us starting it. There's a watch patrol about a block over, 6 deep. It's too close for us to start anything.
It's good.
They got a mage with them.
I'd take it easy if I were you. And I'm going to turn around and start walking back to the bar.
Hey, word for the wise. The watch is starting to put mages in the patrols after last night on a regular.
Smart.
Yeah. Keep your head down.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take my post back up at the doorway.
All right.
Keep another eye out to make sure we don't have any hiccups.
Sounds good. Back inside. Adrian Rain.
Well, after Adri's kind of giving me the download, Brain, my plan is going to be to go to the dock, meet with the dock master, see if I can get information out of him that basically coincides in time with this every 6-month cycle, and see if I can narrow it down to a short list, I guess, of potential merchants coming into the docks, and then kind of peel off the list from there.
Do you want help looking into that?
Well,
That's
yeah.
a lot of. I mean, I assume they keep a log of what ships come in, so it's going to be a lot of stuff to go through.
Sure.
List.
Hmm?
You can shorten your list. They said that it's been happening for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So that means anybody that hasn't been consistently delivering for 10
Yeah.
years probably isn't in the range.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it may. I'm working under the assumption that I'm going to have to. That I'm not just going to get one name, but maybe I do. But yeah, if it turns out that I've got a lot of information to go through, then by all means, I can use an extra set of eyes. But I'd prefer at this point if maybe you stayed away from the docks as much as possible.
Well,
if we're in the middle of one of these cycles, the last thing I need is for you to go down there and get your head chopped off.
but if I go during the day, I should be fine.
Well, that's true, but
Just that, but wouldn't it be better to keep an eye on her? Since it's 3 of us fighting whoever's trying to kill elves is better than her by herself trying to,
well, yeah, I suppose there's safety in numbers.
Which is why I brought these 50 orphans as a human shield.
Everyone strap little Timmies and Johnnies to your legs and walk around. Yeah.
Everybody grab a scrunchie. Make a human link.
Well, if our business is done here, then why don't we just go ahead and do it now while it's still daylight?
Okay. Where's Kavir?
He stepped outside.
Okay. Well,
I imagine he's either keeping an eye on something or about to start trouble. Let's go figure out which one.
okay. I'm gonna wave bye to my dad.
He waits back, gives you a wink.
Have we gotten any report back? Well, my bet's going to be withstanding, so I'll come back and check on it later.
All right.
We really die over a lunch?
Well, I don't know. It's it's Lander Mountain. I mean, anything can happen, right?
Sure.
Yo.
That and they had 2 rangers, a rogue, and a fighter.
Yeah, there was no cleric, so I mean, I'm
Everyone
surprised they
was
even made it down the
melee
rope.
They got beat by one archer.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there. Character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kavir the Raven, Rachel as Adri the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rain Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna.
I was on stream earlier today, and I said,
You know what my favorite thing to do is dry hump a boat.
oh, okay, sorry.
You get splinters in your wiener
Oh,
from dry humping a wood boat.
that's awful. Both what you're saying and this character voice.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I like to suck the juice out of a pickle and then I just throw the dried ones behind the couch. I'm like a pickle pie. Mm. Are you gonna finish recording?
I'm gonna end this. I'm ending this.